evening, everybody. Welcome to Where's My Sage with your
Hi,
host,
everybody. Oh, nope, go for it.
Mike from Central Bigfoot Research, and Kristie London, medium and Reiki master. How are you doing tonight, Kristie?
I'm good, but not as good as you, Mr. Mike over there, Mr. Just Mike.
I am.
How's the weather?
Weather is good. Weather's in the 70s. I'm down south prepping for some research this week in sunny Florida in an undisclosed area, going out to look maybe for some skunk ape and some other stuff that we can find. Full bag full of thermals and night vision and other cameras. And it was an experience. The first time I packed for an excursion where it's not everything in the back of the Jeep and off to the woods. We were taking the whole trunk, picking and everything.
You're usually used to just taking your shorts and your trunks and your t-shirts and hitting Disneyland. This time you have to work.
A little bit of dive gear instead of, making sure I have everything, dry bags and everything to keep all electronics and GoPros and everything clear. I looked at the poor lady from TSA and I'm like, which bags do I need to pull apart?
That must have cost a pretty penny to bring all that with you.
God bless Southwest. At least you can carry 2 bags and just 2 carry-on.
Oh, that's good. Wow. Very good. Well, you can come.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to bust your chops and say you can complain all you want. I don't feel bad. This is the second time you've been in Florida in a month, mister. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but Buffalo and Niagara Falls was rainy and crappy, although mild and no snow. But yeah, it was not a fun day. That's for sure. What is the weather like there? What's the temperature there?
Yeah, 70 here. Yeah. Sunny. A little bit of wind earlier. No, I was watching security cams at home and watching some of the live nature feeds I've got. I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of rain. So we've got some hellos. So hello from Gina. And guys, we're going to kind of talk about our weekend quick. And then
She just called you Just Mike. All right, it's stuck. Look at it. Look at good job. He's turning red.
So not even been out in the sun yet. So if I'm a little what am I looking for? Garbly tonight. I'm using my travel mic because I had to wait. Hello, Kimberly. Hello, Josie. And Chelsea.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Give a quick little hello. We've got 2 great guests tonight. We've got Mike Dolan and Brian McCauley. Hello, Michelle. Raining in North Carolina. So we're in here with Kim. Hi. Maryland. Raining in Queensbury.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Oh, good evening in the Netherlands.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
Well, hello to everybody. Let me check here and see if that's the guys. Let me know they're getting everything signed up on their side, or copy that. So this weekend we did the Rochester Winter Parafest, and we haven't been back since we did this show from the investigation the previous weekend. So, folks, the other thing is when you're signing into Facebook, if you wouldn't mind just checking your settings, you might have to sign out, refresh, and come back in. If not, on our end, when it comes up, it just gives us as an anonymous Facebook user like that. And we really like to know who's calling in. That way, if it's somebody we had with us over the weekend or on our investigations, just let it go. Let's see. We got here Southwest Florida where I got 245 a couple of nights ago. That's still a heat wave for us in Western New York.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had a conference over the weekend and couldn't go anywhere. I got snowed in a hotel. So Kristie, you want to tell us what we did this weekend?
So we actually, Mike is no stranger to the Parafest event venue, but this was my first one. So we were at Rochester Winter Parafest at the Valley Oak Event Center in Geneseo, New York, and it was really fun. It was really fun, even with the weather out our way, or I should say out your way, more so than anything. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm fighting whatever cold thing is going around, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. But it was awesome. The weather didn't cooperate as much as we wanted, but better than we expected. So we had a pretty good turnout on Saturday, and Sunday was a little bit slower than we would have liked, but we still had a blast. We met so many cool and different people. And just we always talk about the para-unity and people getting to know each other and, learn about, the ways of the world and the way things are done and how everyone, what our callings are and what our journeys are like. And it was just really neat because even after hours, there were so many of us that got together and so many of us that just had a great time. Socializing and getting to know and then working together during the actual Parafest. And Ted Van Son put on a great event because we actually raised it by the end of it, when all was actually said and done, $2,000 for the veterans, which was amazing. It was just great. It was a great amount of money, and it's going to go to help a lot of people, and it's a great cause. And it was bigger this year than it was last year, and it sounds like it's already going to be bigger next year than it was this year. So that's all you can hope for and ask for. So we're on the right track, and I can't wait to go back and do it again. There were so many different people there and different things to see and do, and we had a great time because we went live. So we were kind of like the unofficial press of the event, which was kind of neat. I'm used to going and doing things, and it's, I'm giving readings and I'm coming from the medium perspective. And this time I didn't do any of that. They had some awesome mediums there that were giving readings. And I got to kind of kick back and play a different role, which is really fun for me. So yeah, we had a blast. We even got Mike in a hyperbaric chamber. Yep. That was awesome.
I was afraid I was going to have to do that for diving for some reason. But we did it for some oxygen. Again, for those folks tuning in, we'll be doing the readings on the second half after our interview. Hello to South Africa and Dirk there. For those that are new, we are broadcasting to 5 different venues currently. We're going to Facebook and our YouTube and Paranormal Warehouse. So if we're doing questions and stuff later on, it may take me a minute to get to you just because that's how they come in order. So the second half of the show, we'll be doing the interviews or doing the questions and answers with Kristie. The first half, we'll be doing interviews with Brian and Mike, and they're coming in line in here in a minute. So
what did you think of the event this weekend? It was a long weekend. I'm still recovering.
It was a long weekend. So it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I got to see a lot of people. I'm part, not only do I work with Kristie and our stuff up here, I also work with some folks out of the Albany area. I work with Jack Kenna, and Jack's show was actually same time as ours. So we'll give a shout out to Jack and his show because I'm sure he's doing it with us.
Jack and Carly.
From the and Michelle Wagner, the Saratoga spiritualist, and Steve Culls, the Squatch detective, and Stacy Horton. I can't forget Stacy. She didn't make it to the event this year, but that's the Extreme Paranormal Response Team and Squatch detective. So I work with those guys. So getting to see them because it's a 4-hour drive to get out with them was kind of good. Chris the Cesare was across from us, the Ghost Boy from Geneseo. Always a great time.
He kept us on our toes.
Paratalk Radio, they're on Monday nights, and Ted and Cindy. Cindy was a blast to hang out with. So many. Dan Class from Haunted Hinsdale House. And again, we got to give Dan a shout out because without us getting a chance to go in and do Hinsdale House, we would have no where's my sage?
Yes.
So that was there the weekend before we did the Heaven Sent bed and breakfast. Well, I always want to say bread. I have no clue.
Say B&B. It's all good.
B&B, yeah. And Anastasia's event center.
There you go.
that was awesome. Church built late 1800s, rectory with it at the same time. We got some great action. Took some friends that I work with that had been there before, and our first time investigating with them, and had the SLS. Kristie got quite a few responses. Mike, the owner, quite a bit of interaction with some of his relatives, we believe. If you want a good laugh, here I am, the Bigfoot guy. I'll go chase around in the woods, but I went flying up in the air. Mike, the owner of the place, I thought there are two different buildings with a breezeway between that's enclosed. I thought everybody was in the other building, so they managed to sneak up on me.
Well, we all were in the other building. It was just the other Mike that came downstairs, and oh my God, you guys have to check it out, man. He went flying out of his chair. I had 3 ghosts hanging off of me, no big deal. And here, somebody pokes their head around the corner, and this one's out of his chair like something else, like a rocket. Gone.
Hello.
Sorry, I'll laugh at that forever.
Bill, let's see. Some of you guys, if you make like GIF comments or JPEGs, I won't see them on this end. We'll see them at the end of the show when we go through.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris. Chris was there. He was across from us.
Yes.
Tim,
hi, Chris.
Around.
Tim Morris is on here. Hi, Tim.
Yeah. So Hinsdale this Saturday. I will be in sunny Florida this week. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Keep rubbing it in. Go ahead. Keep rubbing it in. Yeah, that's great.
Hello?
Yes.
So, Brian, I see you're down there. Are you ready to come in with us?
Do you dare?
Yeah. Give me a thumbs up, Brian, if you want to come join us. All right. So we're going to bring
He's like, why the hell not? Sure.
Yeah. So Mike will be here in a few minutes. He's coming in from work. So
hey, Brian.
There you go. Hey. Hey, Brian. I'm going to let Kristie take over introductions, but this is Brian.
Wow. So this is Brian McCauley. Welcome to our show. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. We're so excited to talk with you tonight. Is everybody asleep or relaxing and ready to go? Or
Yeah.
Good. Can you hear us?
And I'm not used to the video chatting.
Well, hey, you know what? At least you had a heads up because your partner took us all by surprise a few nights ago. So.
Put a butt dial.
Yeah. We got a butt dial from Mike at like 9-10 o'clock at night. And I was working at my desk and Mike was home doing whatever. And all of a sudden my computer starts ringing. And I said, what the heck? And it's a video chat from my Dolan. So, boop, there you go. With PJ's hair up and all. There it is. But no, we're really excited to have you. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So how was your day today? Are we going to wait for Mike to do the actual interview and chat him up, or are we going to just chat him up now and let Mike join when he gets here?
I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. We'll get the little story from you.
Twinkle, twinkle in the background.
What's that?
You might hear my daughter sing Twinkle, Twinkle in the background.
Oh, hey, that's okay. We're good with that. You might hear my daughter hack her head off in the background.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, so why don't you then, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and, really, how did you get started? Like, what piqued your interest? What made you interested in the paranormal? Why, start from the beginning, really.
Yeah. From an early age, I was always intrigued by the paranormal. My dad used to take us as kids to local haunted houses and creepy places and try to scare us, along with all my uncles. But the thing that started all of it for me is when I made my communion. I saw my deceased great-grandfather in the last pew of the church. I described him to a T and talked to my parents about it. I said, great-grandpa's here. Why is he here? He should be up in heaven. So that's what intrigued me, like what happens after we die. And then growing up, I've read everything I could on ghosts and the paranormal, watched all the movies. Growing up in the 80s, I was a big fan of the Ghostbusters. Super stoked for the new movie to come out.
Right on.
I probably started like doing ghost hunts at the age of like 13, 14. just like local kids going to our local haunted places, but professionally or with a team, probably 16, 17. So I've been doing it for about 17 years now.
Wow. Very cool.
And then the last 4 years is probably when I got into the darker side with the demonology stuff. I got together with Ralph Sarchi, did a lot of cases with him, which led into the TV show The Demon Files. But we'll talk more about that when Mike comes on. I don't want to jump into all the fun stuff. But,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm just curious. How did your parents, when you told them that you saw your great-grandfather and you could describe him, how did your parents respond? How did they handle that situation?
Yeah, they were pretty nonchalant about it. Like, oh, you saw him? That's pretty interesting. And it was almost like a brush to the side, like, oh, cool, all right, let's go celebrate your communion now. But I grew up in a haunted house, so it really wasn't anything new. Yeah.
So it wasn't like they didn't know what to say or they didn't know whether or not to believe you. It was just not a big deal. It's almost like they weren't surprised that you actually finally saw something.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you grew up in a haunted house.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do you have any good stories about that?
Typical haunted house.
What's a typical haunted house?
Dark, me.
Hollywood stuff.
The Brady Bunch house.
No.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. No, we would have a lot of things that were bizarre was the spirits mimicked me and my siblings. So the story I like to share is the way our computer room was set up. It was our computer room, and you could see the stairs to go upstairs. I was driving my girlfriend home, my wife now. I was driving her home, and I came in the door, and my sister said, "You just got home?" And I said, "Yeah, why? What's up?" And she's like, "I just had like a half-hour conversation with you on the stairs."
Wow.
And I was like, "Wasn't me. I just got home, so it was not me."
That's pretty intense.
And then I was sitting on the computer one night, and my buddy was with me. And he didn't believe my house was haunted, and a pencil literally lifted up and dropped on his lap. And he's like, "F this, I'm out of your house. I'm never coming back."
That's all it took, really? Lightweight?
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Very interesting. Sorry, Mike, go ahead. Your turn.
No, I was just asking, what events you've done for yourself this year. I mean, I saw you last summer. We did Eric's event together, and
yeah, I did one event at the Shanley back in October. I did it with my buddy Scotty, the New Jersey medium. Shout out to Scott. How are you? He invited me out to the Shanley, so Mike and I did an investigation with him at the Shanley, sold out Shanley event. And after that, I decided to take a hiatus for a bit. Well, we did Penhurst Paracon back in July, and we were gonna do New Jersey Para Unity this year, but we are taking a break from the con circuit for now and just focusing more on helping families and getting back to investigating.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I'll probably be going to the Para Unity just as a spectator, not behind the table, so I can mingle and be with my para peeps out there.
Sometimes you have to do that, right? Just kind of go incognito and enjoy and relax, and take it in from a different perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to mingle, hang out, socialize, do the hunts. Behind the table, I don't like being restricted anymore. So I like to be amongst everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that behind the table.
Yeah.
No, it's a little difficult.
Half the weekend fighting with computers and So, sorry, these mics are not the best.
I was going to say I couldn't hear you very well.
I said half the weekend because of the technology behind the table and not really get to meet with everybody.
Yeah.
We do have a question. Did Brian's parents admit it was haunted, or did they want to brush things off? That's from Sherry.
Is that in regards to my house?
Your house. Sorry, I'm just coming back to...
No problem. So my house, my parents basically brushed it off. They never really admitted to anything. Uh, I blame it on playing with the Ouija board. I feel like the Ouija board opened up, but things happened prior to that. But once we brought the Ouija board into the house, stuff happened a lot more.
I'll bet it did. Kind of like that. So is your house haunted now?
My house is no, it's like Fort Knox. I keep this very blessed and my sanctuary. Nothing comes in here unless it's a loved one maybe visiting. But.
You hear that, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm definitely. At first, I thought it was our intro coming in over the top of us, but intro's
I
not.
don't have earbuds in, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, well, that's why I'm laughing, because all of a sudden, not this last time you spoke, but the time before that, just now, you started to say that, and it sounded like there was interference, like something was trying to come through.
Oh.
Like a spirit box kind of thing.
Yeah, like a spirit box. That's so neat.
Nothing surprises me.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I hope not. One got in. So while Mike is off having, well, go ahead.
I said I can send him the recording when we get done.
Yeah, I'm curious for that. I use the Phasma box on this a lot, but it's not on.
It's not.
I don't have that on either.
So don't give me any detail, but while Mike's off doing the Bigfoot thing, I've been invited to go with Reap Investigations on Saturday to Sunday for an investigation at the Shanley Hotel. Now, I've never been there, so I'm really excited. And hopefully this cold's not going to turn into anything so I can actually go.
No, that's amazing.
So that's the plan. So am I in for a wild ride then? Is that
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I won't. You can talk after because I don't want to put anything in.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything. I didn't look anything up. I never do. I need to go in blind. I have to go in. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
I want to go in and feel and pick up on and, really, you have to go in blind. It has to be authentic. It can't be.
I have some stories for there, so we'll talk after you're there.
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely up for that.
Pretty funny. It's funny too.
That's great. Yeah. You keep smiling. You're starting to make me nervous. Excellent. That's great.
So Ouija board.
Oh yeah.
Ouija board?
Yeah.
I've only played. Yeah. Yeah, I only played with it a handful of times when I was way younger. But my parents surprisingly bought the Ouija board as a gag gift for Christmas when I was like 10. I conveniently watched the show. Do you ever remember the show Sightings? That was on I think it was Fox 5 back in the day. Mm-hmm. The night before on Christmas, they had like a Sightings marathon, and the Ouija board was on it, and it was saying like how all this crazy paranormal stuff happened. So when I opened it, I was like, I did not ask for this. And that night, my mom had a bunch of her sisters and sister-in-laws over to play with it, and it was playing some pretty wild stuff. And said some crazy things, and then after that, my mom wanted to get rid of it, so we got rid of it immediately.
Well, what kind of crazy stuff?
One thing that I remember pretty clear was it said that my aunt's house was going to have an electric fire, and their Christmas tree went up in flames like 2 days after that happened.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah.
That's wow.
And then
cool, not cool.
Yeah, and then years later, my mom told me like stuff that happened to her, like she would hear whispers in her pillow and like all this crazy stuff. After I was old enough to know that, and I was like, I told you, don't mess with that thing. I know a lot of people have their views on it, but I see it as something that's more inviting. So you don't really know who you're talking to on that.
I think we're getting the feedback coming from Brian's side of the house.
Okay.
Once or twice, it's kind of, you're not running earbuds or anything on your end, are you? No. Okay. So it's probably catching that one.
I mean, I can, if you want, I can call in if that's easier.
It just works through that link that I did through
Yeah, it's okay. It's only once in a while. Is it too bad, you guys? No one has really said anything about it in the chat room either. I think it's okay.
I mean, I also mumble a lot, so that doesn't help the call.
Oh, good. Then we need to see you so we can read your lips.
Oh, totally good, so you can see it better.
Oh, there you go. Hey, nice teeth.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. See, that's my dental training right there.
Janice, it is not a spirit box. We're just getting a little feedback. I'm remote, and we're trying some things tonight. So.
Yeah, you're coming in a little wonky on my side.
Yeah,
wonky. Love that word.
I can see something different on my end too, so
yeah,
that's easy to do.
It might be that skunk ape you're searching for out there, messing with the frequencies.
There you go. See, he knows you're coming.
He's out.
So, as a child or a teenager, then, what is one of the craziest or scariest adventures or investigations that you went on that you can remember?
My favorite place, we have a place in Portsmouth, New Jersey called the Spy House. When you Google it, I don't know how it fares now, but back in the early 2000s, it was rated the third most haunted house in the United States of America.
Really?
Yeah, there was supposedly like an Indian massacre that happened there.
Ooh.
There was a little girl that got ran over by a horse and buggy on the property. They had tunnels leaking to the ocean. The British used to use it as an inn, and they would have the bartenders and everyone inside spy on people that would come in to relay information. But going there, I brought my sisters there to just look around for ghosts and everything. And I was with my younger sister. She was probably about 11 or 12 when we went. And we were out in front of the house. There used to be like this brick well in the front of the house. And we heard a little girl say, "Help me." And I looked at her, and she looked at me and was like, "That was not me." I was like, "Get out of here. That was definitely you." I'm like, "You're messing with me." Like, that was not me. When it comes to little kids, like spirit ghosts in children form, that kind of creeps me out more than demons. And I don't know why. It's just something sinister about a child ghost. Because most of the time, I don't really think they're children ghosts.
I was just going to say there's got to be something deeper to that.
Yeah.
You don't think it's, yeah, I can see that.
No, because when you deal with demonic spirits, they try to come off as something innocent, playful, gain your trust, and then the latter just unfolds.
Right. Yeah. It's funny because it's really amazing how different spirits and energies can really, take the form and really manipulate. My youngest daughter had an experience one time. I think she was about 4 or 5 because she was in kindergarten, and I was getting ready. I was working part-time as a dental assistant back then, and nobody else was home. It was just the two of us. And, I wasn't too far away. I was just in the bathroom doing my hair. She was in the living room. And the chair she was sitting on watching cartoons, if she looked to her right, that's the threshold from living room to dining room. So she never watched me get ready in the morning, never. And, my husband was gone at work. The other two were already at school. It was early. And all of a sudden she just comes in and she's sitting on the toilet. Hi, Mike. And so she's acting weird. So at first I didn't think anything of it. And then, she's just swinging her feet. And then I was like, "Oh, you're here to watch me get ready?" I'm thinking, "No, that's kind of cool." And she's like, "No." And she's not looking at me. And so finally, boom, my spidey senses kicked in. And I said, "What's wrong? What happened?" And she kind of just looked at me. I said, "Did something scare you?" And she said, "I just saw Billy, Abby, and Daddy standing in the doorway looking at me." And I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "I looked over to the side and they were all just staring at me." Really? I was like, "Oh, hell no, not in my house." So I went right over there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were just, boom, there they were. Yep.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that was crazy. Yep. Nope, not in my house. So I had to go handle business.
I'm waiting for the day here. I mean, Lindsay sometimes says, like, hi to somebody, but I always take it like, oh, it's like one of our grandparents visiting.
Right. Yeah,
That's
and
why
I
I
live
like.
in my husband's grandparents' house. This was their house, and he bought it when they died like a year apart. So, he bought it, and he's been here ever since, and we've been here for 20 years. So, yeah, I mean, you get used to it, and they actually calmed down once the family was more established.
Mhm.
Yeah, so when that happened, I thought, "Ooh, that's not grandma and grandpa. That is
Yeah.
not a good sign."
Yeah.
So yeah, very different feel. So yeah, I can see that because they use
Uh,
children and the innocence of children to really
oh yeah.
creep in.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, no, that's not cool. So hello, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hello,
How about
Mike.
yourself? Welcome to
Good.
the show.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So long day at work.
All right.
Yeah, long day at work, and then I have a billion other things to do. Sorry I was a little bit late.
No, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. We got to talk about the weekend and Ted's event and me getting scared out of my mind at the last place. So
Where'd you go?
we went to Heaven Sent Bed and Breakfast in Portersville, New York. Yeah, I can't talk. It's about an hour from Hinsdale. It's
Okay.
at the south end of Letchworth.
Sorry.
And the church was built in the it was an old church and rectory, and they converted over to an event center and B&B
Cool.
because there's really nobody down there, and it's a cool location. It's close to Civil War parade grounds, the Letchworth State Park, great hiking area and everything. So, but I was paying attention to technology and not who was walking around behind me, and one of our guys came down. The owner came down and I said, "Whoa!" He's in the doorway. Yeah,
Priceless.
one of those
Priceless.
priceless days. Yes. So
You can go back and watch it too as many times as you want. It's on the page. It's all recorded.
Let me check it out, definitely.
oh, it's good.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah,
happen to me in the woods, but it happens in a house with walls where okay. So we got a little of Brian's background. Can we get a little bit of your background? How you got involved, and then we'll get into your group and.
Well, let's see. It goes back to when I was a real little kid. I would always read books on ghosts and paranormal and about Bigfoot, and UFOs, all kinds of mysterious things. And when I got older, I'd say in the early 80s, we lived in a house. Back then, it was like 100 years old. So, and it was haunted. And I'd taken a picture of my brother and a friend of mine in the house. And it's probably one of the most real pieces of evidence I've ever gathered. There was a man standing behind them. And it was a full body apparition. It was absolutely amazing. I wish to God I still had it because it was like my holy grail. And I'm still seeking like a picture that was like that perfect to this day. But from that house, and I was in my early teens. So I started doing history and research on the house, trying to see who it might be. So I basically started my own investigation, and then walked around with the 2-ton tape recorder and my old Bell and Howell flash camera with the twisting bulb in it and stuff. It was a bunch of old crap that was handed down to me, and that was my first investigation. As years gone, progressed through the years, I gained more and more interest into it, and as technology got better, I jumped back into the game years ago, and started my own paranormal group. And basically, we were just going to like haunted locations. I was we were on a location. It was like a double investigation with 2 teams, and that was Brian's team. And that's when we first met, and we ended up hooking up and investigating together. We split the teams up, and we spent most of the night working together, investigating, and we really hit it off And somewhere down the road, we decided to make our own paranormal group and do investigating on our own. But then we started leaning more towards helping people out as opposed to going to famous locations and whatnot. I think after you gather enough of that kind of evidence, and once all these TV shows started coming out, people started feeling more comfortable sharing experiences and seeking help to find out what's going on in their homes. But there weren't that many people that were doing it. Everybody was more into the thrill seeking, and we felt like that's, we had enough thrills. We still did that kind of stuff every now and again, but we wanted to help people, and it just took off from there.
Awesome.
And,
Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, there's something to be said for being able to help people, to use our gifts, and to come together and help people when they're at their most vulnerable,
it is. It's true.
and yeah, it really is.
It's comforting to them, because after a while, and I'm sure you've experienced too, people say, this is going to sound really crazy, but this one, and you're like, no, actually, that's really not so bad.
I can sit there and give somebody a half an hour reading and talk to their loved ones who are deceased, and then the first question they say, they started off by saying, "No, please don't think I'm crazy," and I look at them like, "Are you serious right now?" What did I just do for a half an hour? You know what I mean? Really? Bring it on.
Yeah.
There's no crazy in my world.
Exactly. There is no crazy.
Oh,
you're going to go chase Bigfoot and then, wait, ghosts? You don't want to do ghosts? No.
Right. Yep. Nope. That's so funny. I see it as a way of being able to give back, though, too. I think that's why it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like when I worked in a hospital and then, the dental clinic in a hospital, I found it more satisfying because I was able to give back to so many different kinds of people. Almost people who are more in need, and people I could actually help teach and really give to, more so. And I see that these kinds of cases as being the same for me, being able to give back and help people.
Absolutely.
I do have a question. I'm going to post it down here in the bottom, so hopefully everybody can see it. This is from Gina. How do you find a portal in your home, and any particular way to close it and keep it closed? I'm not sure how true it is. It's but I've been told at one time there was one in my home, and are they natural or are they different types? It's a question I don't have an answer for. So I'll turn that over to you guys.
All right, you want first, Pope?
Sure.
You want me to leave that question up, or if that makes it easier?
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
So not all places have portals. People believe in portals, different variations of portals. Some people say the way you position a mirror in your home could be an entranceway to a portal. Finding a portal is usually something where most activity is lingering around, and then you would find and feel a different energy towards it. It would have a huge energy spike. You can just sense that. For me, I'm just pulled towards it for whatever reason it is. And most of the time, it's pretty much the source of where they're seeing shadows or where the paranormal things are happening. To close it, I mean, everyone has different beliefs. We believe in the power of prayer, so there are certain prayers we would do to close it. But it varies with everyone's different beliefs, their belief systems. But we do everything from the Catholic standpoint or Christian standpoint. I'll let Mike chime in for the rest of it.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's, similar to Brian. I'd say definitely with the portal situation, when we've done investigations, it's definitely something that you definitely feel as far as an energy differential. And and Brian's particularly good at it. He'll never tell you that, but he is. He'll stop dead in his tracks, and we'll kind of be like, I'm like, okay, what's going on over here?
Can't believe it.
Yeah, and, you can definitely sense an energy differential. And as far as closing it, all I've ever done as far as closing a portal would be to the traditional Catholic prayers. We have many different types that we use, and specific ones during according to different situations, we'll choose specific prayers to use, depending on like the severity of what's going on in the house. We have more heavy duty, but it seems to work very well.
Now, did you come to this through school, or did this just kind of come up with going to church with the family on the weekends, or just because the investigations led you down that path?
Which part was that?
Going more into
the Catholic church, like
things
and whatnot.
Yeah, and getting more into the what am I looking for? The exorcism, the relief portion.
Okay. There were a couple things. When we first started, now Brian comes from a Catholic family. I was raised in a non-denominational family. However, the last 30 or so years, I've been practicing Catholic, and now in the process of actually being a confirmed Catholic. I'm doing RCIA. That's where I was today. Yeah, so I'm doing after all these years, the finalization on it. When we first started investigating, would try all different kinds of things, because everybody would say, oh, use the sage, do this, do that. We didn't get too crazy. We always used, Brian would say we always used prayer. We picked things out of, there used to be a website called The Catholic Warrior. So we were very God-centered to begin with. But once we came upon a very serious case, which was a definite demonic case, it's the only one I know which was 100% demonic. We decided to weed out the stuff that we weren't sure was working, and I think it was a wake-up call to revisit our faith, or at least to revisit my faith, and to take it more seriously. And that's when we started looking for like real demonologists. When we met, speaking with John Zavis or Lorraine Warren when we went up to go see her years ago, and then finally Ralph Sarchi, and learning through them. They're saying, these are proven ways that work. If you have the faith to do it, if you carry that faith, it works. I can wear a crucifix necklace, and it's just a necklace. But if I don't believe in what the crucifix stands for, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it was a lot of learning. It was a long process. A lot of learning, a lot of reading, and a lot of gaining experience with Ralph, of course, and talking with these other individuals who have been doing it way longer than we have, with a lot of success.
Cool. For those that are hearing some strange noises in the background, I am outside, south, close to the equator, and trying to get myself temperated, acclimated, because I'm going to be hopefully do some research this weekend for some cryptids. So if not, I'm going to have a hell of a kayak trip with a lot of technology. So, I try to tend to go more towards the cryptid outdoor kind of thing. So,
and we're going to go do that too.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is I went from the cryptid end, and then I got to do one of my first investigations with these two guys at the Washington County Jail.
That was
Ooh.
and then again
That was
in
your first one?
Hinsdale. Yeah.
I know the
I
dog.
I did one or the Lockport Canal Caves with Genesee Valley up here with Ted and his group, and then maybe we did Hinsdale once before I got up there with you guys, but I was more Bigfoot, at that point, and then after what I saw, we went through with at Washington and getting the technology and with Steve and those guys and you guys, then Hinsdale, I think up to 6 times going down there. So
Yeah.
Dan's never there when I'm there.
Yeah.
he wasn't there the first time we were there.
Yeah.
No, and that was a huge event.
Yep.
It's like, where's Dan? Oh, yeah, he's in. Where was he at the
Chicago or something? I think. Yeah.
Tennessee or something? It was a big ghost convention or something. I forget what.
Dan doesn't sleep.
No, he's a
When I
busy
first
guy.
met Dan, Hinsdale was just starting to take off because he'd owned it for a little while, but not big. He was just starting to finally, things were getting in the works, and I slowly started to watch the bags under his eyes get bigger and bigger. And I remember saying to him one day, "How are you doing it?" He's like, "I have no freaking clue." He's like a man of steel.
But
yeah,
I think I saw the coolest
Good
thing
guy.
with you guys in the basement of Hinsdale when Brian said there's something behind me, and I took the thermal cam and you could see the little butt prints on the ground, and
oh,
you
that's
guys
cool.
with the holy water and the house shaking. It was an experience that
yeah.
week.
I heard I'm burning or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the holy
Wow.
water and up with. Wasn't Dan there for that? He was there.
No.
No.
It was our team.
He was with he was
Chelsea.
his own team now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chelsea was there.
Chelsea was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I froze holy water on the ground, and through the geo box it said burn.
Burn, right.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah, that was the first time I went, this basement's got something that's kind of different.
Yeah.
That's funny because when I went into the basement the last time I was there, the only time I've ever been in that basement, to look at that door and to feel the pressure and the energy like challenging me and threatening me to not go down there. And then finally I was like, screw, I'm going down.
Yeah.
I went right down there and there was nothing. I was like, bring it on. Here I am. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, usually when I get those senses, I just go head right in.
Yeah.
I look for those.
Well, yeah. I finally was like, well, I have to. I'm always in the bathroom. So every time I feel the pressure coming from the door, I'm like, well, all right, I'll wait. I was never going to just go down by myself because I was told not to. So by my spirit guides, I knew it wasn't the time. So the second time I was there, I was like, forget this. So people had already been down there and I walked in. I'm like, I want to go. Boom. And some people were down there already. And I joined them and I looked and I was like, okay, I'm here. Let's tough guy. Bring it on. I'm right here. Mike didn't like that very much, but Mike was there that day.
I took care of the problem.
How are you doing?
And then it hides.
So, yeah. So maybe next time I go, maybe something will happen next time. He's like moving on. Yeah.
No, my job is to watch the comments, and there's stuff going in the chat, and I was looking for questions for you guys. And
somebody asked about a mirror that's a portal.
yeah, I was trying to go back right up to that. Let's see.
Jennifer.
Yep.
You're on your stuff, Mike. I like that. Not
What's
hashtag just Mike. Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, you. No, Mike Dolan. You're on your stuff. I like that.
The other tech guy.
The other, yes.
I don't know about that. The text going past me now.
Well, I'm using my little 11-inch screen here, so it's like, okay, let me get on.
Well, that's what you get for doing this from vacation again.
If someone
Just
has
saying.
a mirror,
Portal in the home, and then it was like right below portal in the home.
if someone has a mirror that's a portal and you get the spirit to go back into the mirror, and someone
How
can
do you dispose of the mirror?
What
Right.
time? What time?
Jennifer, how big is the mirror?
What time was the message?
8:41.
8:41.
Wow. You're hired, Dolan.
Yeah. There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
Jennifer, you still there?
I want to choose. Not yet. Hasn't piped back in yet. So if you can answer it, we'll refer to her. Then she can go back, and we'll put a message in here. Jennifer.
Let's say John Zaffis's museum is way too full right now, so don't send it to him.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh my gosh, that place is amazing. It's huge. It's huge. What we usually do with items like that or anything that's been like cursed or something like that is what I would do is I would bless it with holy water. I would probably do a double, triple safe, and then use holy oil. I'll use anointing oil too. So I'll use blessed oil, and then I'll say a prayer of sealing, and then dispose of it. You can dispose of it one or two ways, depending on whether the size of it. Ralph told us, "Oh, you can just throw it in the garbage." You've already seen it. I like to play it safe. I like to find a place where I can bury it. And if it's something that's large, I just kind of disassemble it and put it in something like biodegradable or something, like a paper bag or something like that. And then I throw the holy water and I do a sealing prayer and then dispose of it somewhere where no one else would, get a hold of it. That's it.
So, what are your next adventures? Where are you guys heading off to? What are you guys doing next?
Anything you can talk about? There was a big pause there.
Like we've been. Like I said, we're basically like freelance investigators. So whoever wants us to come help them with stuff, we try to help whenever we can. We're on a hiatus for a bit, and I started up again. But for the most part, it's just helping whoever needs help. Just reach out, and we'll come help. We're back into more focusing on helping people and doing standard investigations. I miss actually investigating instead of doing cons and events. So I would rather be out investigating and helping people.
Yeah, I agree. I've been doing absolutely nothing for the last few months. I took a break. I think I said that the last time we talked. I took a break just to recharge my batteries and whatnot, and reprioritize things that are going on, and so that way when I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. I mean, that could be a phone call tomorrow or after we get off tonight, someone needing help. But we're always there to help people. As far as like an event or something, I don't know. Whatever pops up, it's going to be limited kind of this year.
Okay.
I think the next one, I believe we're still doing the Fort Wayne one, the Fright Fest.
That's one that, we saw.
Was that about a year and a half ago?
And that's almost been 2 years, yeah. It's called Fright Fest Fort Wayne. We got invited to it in the very, very beginning of it, and now it's become something like huge. And it coincides with something else that they're doing, like it's an annual thing. But it's at a convention center in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I don't remember the link to it, but if you look up Fort Wayne Fright Fest, there's a link to it. And they've got like everybody coming down. Now they've got, it's like horror, paranormal, crypto, UFO, stars from like Ghostbusters, Walking Dead. I mean, it looks like it's going to be huge. They have the cars from
Ghostbusters, Supernatural.
Yeah, Supernatural, the car from Supernatural, Ghostbusters.
Cool.
Yeah, all kinds of things. That looks like fun. But we actually committed to that nearly 2 years ago. So that's that's October. That's October. Definitely up for doing Penhurst, because Bob and Gina and Rich and everybody, they put on an awesome Paracon there. Did you guys go to Penhurst last year?
Mhm.
No.
You gotta try and make it down to Penhurst. It's absolutely,
Yeah.
and plus you investigate one or two of the nights there, and
No, that's a place I've been wanting to go.
it's off the charts, and we have a blast, and they do it so well. And I think they're not doing it in the summer the time this year. I think they're going to do it, I believe, in September or maybe early October. So keep an eye out for Penhurst Paracon.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
My big event was Eric Altman's Bigfoot camping last summer, and
I missed that.
I love that.
Yeah, you missed a good one. Did we not have fun, Brian?
It was a blast. I love it out there. Mike had me doing some Bigfoot whoops. I'm not very vocal about that, but it was fun.
That's awesome.
You know,
that's a good time. I love squatching. You're out in the woods. It's a win-win. Nothing happens. At least you're out camping, having fun with friends.
Or you could be like me, and you can go out for your first time, and you kind of just get left sitting in the trail by yourself.
Maybe.
I'll be open to these things.
Just saying.
So, I got a question here.
Somebody asked what channel is the show on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll just say
it was on.
Cowboys.
It aired on Destination America. I believe it's on Travel Channel now, because Travel Channel basically plays everything paranormal now.
It's Paranormal Channel.
So they show reruns on there. It's on YouTube.
iTunes.
All your circuits, you can check it out on.
Yeah.
I pulled it off of Amazon Prime this morning when I was flying across coast to coast just to kind of catch back up on it. But I don't know, about a month ago, I just put it into the search engine for cable, and Spectrum had it somewhere tucked into the files.
Yeah,
that's where I watched it.
Yeah,
I used to love your show. I used to love it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it became a mini-series.
It was still good though. You guys did a good job.
We weren't selling out to Hollywood.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. I don't know. Did you guys talk about that while I was?
We did not. If you guys want to hit that, and then we'll come back to the question here. And
Kimberly is looking to binge watch it. There won't be much binge watching. It'll take you a few hours. We went on the road for a month and we did a few episodes, and it did really great after it was released. It was fantastic. It got really good ratings. They wanted to continue sign us for a couple more seasons ahead, but they wanted basically the sellout, because what we did on the show was filmed real time. Okay, so everything was filmed real time. It was all mostly 95% Brian and mine's equipment, that besides the regular film cameras from the network, which we gave to the producers too, to go around with our cameras as well. Whatever we weren't using, we said, have at it, And so everything was done in real time. There was no take two or anything like that. No recreation. I need you to come back down the stairs again. I need you to act surprised. All that BS we didn't do. But they wanted to change up and I guess make it more exciting, Brian. They wanted to make it hokey, and Ralph, he was our leader, and we agreed with him 100% that we weren't going to be sellouts, and they wanted reality. We gave them reality, and now they wanted to make it, I guess, more so not reality, and so that was it. And there were other networks that were interested as well, and but they all wanted the same thing. So we all stood strong and said, "No, sorry. We'll just keep going and doing what we're doing. We did it before the show, we do it after the show."
Good for you guys. It's such a shame. People don't realize they always want the shock factor, and they want, you know, and at some point, the authenticity of it goes out the window,
Yeah,
which then discredits those of us who can do what we do the way, and then, you know, it kind of dismantles why we do it, and it just gives us a bad name, you know, and it taints everything, and it's awful.
and
It's going to be boring. They have no idea
It is.
how, you know, you can go in, or like even just talking about Hinsdale, how I went into the basement and I knew about all the hype with all the people who had said, oh my gosh, there's all this stuff in the basement. And I go in the basement and I'm like, bring it on. And nothing happens. It was all calm. But the 2 times I've been there, the first time I went, you walked into the house and the house was on, it was electric. The outside, totally calm for me. The second time, it was complete opposite. They don't understand. It's all about the energy.
Oh, that property.
You
I
can't
always
control
say,
that, you know, but that goes for any place though, right? You can't control that. Just like people say to me, well, am I going to guarantee a reading? No, because I can only talk to whoever's going to stop forward to talk to you. I can pick up on things on my own, you know, intuitively, psychically, but it doesn't work like that. You can't force these things. They have to just happen. You can provoke a little bit, you can whatever, but even then you have to, you walk a fine line with that too, because you piss a spirit off, it's going to shut down and you're done.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not going to talk to you, or they're going to talk to me because, oh, sorry guys, they're going to talk to me because they know that I can talk to them, but your equipment's not going to light up, and then there goes your fund, you know, and there goes your evidence to back up what I'm receiving, and vice versa. So it just kind of ruins the whole experience of it. And it's just a shame, you know.
yeah, what a lot of people don't know with the shows, everything, we're not there one night. Like most of these places, we're there for like a week. And for our show, we legit filmed everything in one night. Like all of the action we got was during our one night there. But we were still there throughout the week, having to do all the behind the scenes stuff, like the interviews to tell the story, tell your experiences. Yeah. But and a lot of people, especially now with all these TV shows, everyone thinks everything's a demon. What people don't understand is demons don't perform for you. They're not going to perform for you.
I think anything I've seen on lately, nothing. I'm telling you right now, the one true case that Brian and I had years ago is the only one I know is 100% demonic. Out of all the things I've ever experienced, you know, because that was things happened there that defied the laws of physics. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And changed my whole, not changed my view, but that little thing in the back of your head, like, I wonder if heaven is real, or this is, that one little particle back there went poof after that night or during that night. It was like, no, this is real. This is going on. And this is not a ghost. This is something well beyond our realm and not good at all. But everything now is saturated as a demon, or this is a demon. And it's all bull, you know what?
Yeah.
You know?
And you guys were working regular jobs during the time, right? So it's not like you're taking 6 months for a film career.
Right.
You're helping people and trying to film in between. I mean, that says a lot right there, you know.
Yeah, the perk of the show was we were able to get out to these families in different states. We could actually genuinely go out and help without having to utilize our own time and money. Like, luckily, we were blessed enough to have a network bring us out and film it, and that everyone agreed to have their story told on TV. So that was a perk. But yeah, I'm still working a regular job. Gotta pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, how do you get 3 cops to memorize lines and not trip downstairs when they're walking? You know, you lose the attitude.
Wow.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but. You know. So hey, anybody up for a road trip? I think we need to go join Colette here. She was investigating. Her team's involved with a pub that has caves underneath going back to the 10th century. And Colette, thank you, because I know it's like 2 or 3 a.m. right now where you're at, and there's a couple of people overseas.
Wow,
so
thank you.
Anybody want to go to England if they can figure out this Corona Lyme disease?
Scotland.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
I think that's better than us going to the Pine Barrens. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're ready to rock out and come down and join you guys and
Oh,
get
yeah,
out and
for
do
sure.
that.
So
I'm
I'd say
excited.
that'll be the next event, I would imagine. The next thing we're doing.
Yeah,
I would
Awesome.
love to get out there. I know we've been saying it for like 2 years now, Mike.
we've been trying, but I think I got some dates I'm going to send you guys tonight, and
All right.
as long as I come back from this trip, because the last time I don't know how many gators and snakes I bumped my kayak into.
Oh, great.
That's terrifying.
Listen, the tech guy needs to come back, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
So if somebody needs to get a hold of you guys on the serious end, we get contacted all the time. Are there teams that you work with directly down your way in the tri-state area? Or
we know a lot of people, but for the most part, Mike and I tend to do the serious stuff ourselves if it's manageable and we have the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's all about schedules nowadays.
And severity of a case. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of scale it down to the more severe stuff we're doing, or we've been doing that mostly, unless it was absolute, it was a friends and family network or something. Hey, I know somebody can you go take a look at it or something, but we work with other groups. Yeah, some people we know out in Pennsylvania, we've helped them on cases. They've helped us on cases. Depending on the size of the case, severity, what kind of specific type of activities going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We're not like the end all be all, and we're not too proud to, call up a friend and say, hey, we need some help on a case.
That's awesome. That's important.
Yeah,
that's really important. We all need our resources.
Find the people that you're on the same page with.
Yep.
And have the same type of beliefs and work on it together, and to solve it. Because the more brains you got working on it, I mean, they might pick something up that you don't pick up, and vice versa.
Absolutely. Yep. Everyone's gifts work differently.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of people watching these shows, watching everything on cable now, and even you can't even go to Amazon Prime. If you watch one show, you're going to get 9 million of them.
Right.
And how many kids are, where I work, I watch guys watch, I don't know how much Turned and how much Supernatural, and then switch to something else, in that genre. But we've personally seen kids, go and copy the symbols and stuff like that. And, like we all said, our parents back in the day with the Ouija boards, and, where do we point people till they find them? I mean, you hope that we, don't do that stuff anymore, but, do you send them to the church? Do you send them to a group? And I guess my question, being the noob, I'll go run around the woods, but if somebody calls me and says, hey, this is going on, I used to be like, yep, they're mental. No, I mean, I've been pushed now. I've had rocks thrown at me. I mean, I've had other stuff that I can't explain. I watched Kristie on SLS the other night, and, things pushing around, it's any suggestions you guys have on that stuff?
When we deal with the darker potential demonic stuff, we vet that very carefully. I mean, when you're dealing with that type of haunting, you have to make sure they're mentally sound. It's not a mental illness. There's a lot of steps you have to deal with before claiming it's a demonic case. And we have to make sure that the people are on the same page as us. They're going to follow everything we tell them to do. If we tell them to start going to church and start doing confession and pray, and they're not doing anything, we know we can't help them. So right then and there, we would turn them away and just say, we can't help them if they're not going to listen, because it's too dangerous to mess around with.
Absolutely. They have to be willing to do some cleanup themselves, and maintenance we call it. And if they're not willing to follow the maintenance, usually things come back. And everyone, knock on wood, everyone for the most part that we've helped, who has followed what we've done or recommended to the T, hasn't really called us back for any problem whatsoever. And we don't have them. We don't say, hey, we don't keep calling them either. We just say, here's our number, and if anything else is, going on. And sometimes they'll call and say, wow, it's been a year, and thank you. But there's other people who say, the one we had to let go of recently was local, and her there's some bad stuff going on. And she has a 3 or 4-year-old who's not baptized, and of course that child is a target. And there's always one excuse after the other. I don't have time. The church wants money. I'm like, I told her, I said, I have a priest. I'm 5 minutes from this place. My church is 10 minutes from me, and the priest was willing to do it. Have her call me, and she still hasn't done it. And, that was 6 months ago. And, she's still, filming dust on her camera saying it's ghost and whatnot. And,
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'm dealing with a similar case myself, and they're in Pennsylvania, and I had to enlist the help of some others that were more local to help this person. And it's the same. You get to a point where you can only help so much, and as a medium, I can read into a lot of things and help him even from a distance. But even that only goes so far when you need people in your environment. And it's the same, unfortunately, the advice I'm giving, the advice he was given by the group I sent his way. After a while, he's not wanting to help himself the way he's supposed to be. And so you have to, unfortunately, make that break, because you can only help those who want to help themselves.
Yeah. And so you have to learn to walk away, and it's very hard to do it. Like Brian said, like you said, it's hard because in your heart, you want to help.
Right.
But you have to do what's right. And, you have to protect yourself as well.
And yes, Brian's computer is possessed. That's the speaker and the sound. So anybody that thinks we got something crazy going on in the background, it's technology. So
wow. Well, we could talk to you guys all night. We really appreciate you coming on tonight. I know we're over 9 o'clock, and some people are already starting to ask questions for the Q&A. Do you want to stick around for the next 45 minutes with us, and you can jump in and
I can hang for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll hang for a little bit.
awesome.
So Joe just had a quick question, and then we'll switch gears, because I know a lot of people go to his shop when they have a question. Joe owns Paranormal Oddities in Buffalo, and a big supporter of ours. So he says, so if a child is not baptized, they have a higher chance to be captured by evil?
Hold on one second. I'm going to get a glass of water. I'll be right there.
Yep.
So if a child is not baptized, they have a higher chance to be corrupted by evil. I wouldn't say it's a higher chance. It's just one of the things we believe you're open up to, because you're not confirmed or pure in your faith. It's more of a Catholic standpoint in our beliefs, but it wouldn't be a higher chance of being corrupted. But Mike probably has more knowledge on that aspect than I would.
Was that corrupted? I wouldn't say corrupted as much as a target of demonic activity. So if there's something going on, the demonic tend to focus more on people who are less spiritual in nature, addicts, people with different types of problems, people with depression, because you're more susceptible. You're more not to corrupt you, but to beat you down. It's easier, like when you're sick or something like that, and to have something beat you down and you're not well to begin with. It's much more easy. So the demonic would take an easier route. They don't want a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
we appreciate, gentlemen. We do appreciate that, and we will be going on an adventure soon.
For sure.
The car
For
is
sure.
packed. I have a couple of dates and some crazy weekends, so let's figure out what we can do.
If we can keep you local.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll do some Jersey or we'll do something. So we appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys really want to stick around, we appreciate it.
And we'd love to have you
Anytime.
back too.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
anytime.
what works? Maybe we can do a little live feed for somewhere, where we're all in the same room.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be fun.
You know.
Could you imagine the energy?
Oh,
Great.
awesome.
Oh,
Kristie, you have to give your disclaimer.
my disclaimer, my spiel. Okay,
your
guys.
spiel.
So remember, please keep your questions simple. If you want to hear from somebody specific, please give me their name. Please do not write Mike a book. This is very, very difficult, and it takes a lot of work to keep this organized. We do the very best we can. And remember, if you're meant to get a message, you will get the message. If not, it's not about getting the direct message. Sometimes it's about experiencing it through somebody else. So something I may say to someone other than yourself may ring true to you and may resonate with you in a way that you didn't expect. So please be open-minded. And let us know where you're coming from too, okay? And just keep things as specific as possible for me. It does just help to keep things flowing in this kind of environment, okay? All right, so...
And the other thing is, I'm looking at 5 different feeds. We're looking from YouTube. We're looking from Facebook. We're looking Paranormal Warehouse. So I kind of take them as order. And like I said, I will do my best to catch everybody. So
this is a lot like work for him. It's not just easy to just look at the screen and read a question. He's actually working real hard to coordinate everything. All right. So, but you guys are always awesome. We always have a great group here. So, and Mike and Brian, if you guys, feel like you pick up anything, feel free to
chime in. I know you guys
it.
have got abilities. I've been there.
I'd like to. I do have to get going.
Okay.
But thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
We appreciate
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you.
Let's do it again, definitely.
Yes.
We have a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Maybe we'll do a 2-hour show.
We can do
Sounds
that.
good.
We can do that because all 4 of us can short talk about a lot. We'll make it a big round table or something.
Awesome.
Oh, I would love that. Would love that.
Cool?
Yes.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Be safe.
All right.
Yes. Thank you, Mike. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see. Here's our first one. This is from Carmela. Got to get that contact wet there. Kristie, I've had a hard few weeks. Can you tell me if it's behind me now? I will find a new job soon. And it's easier to read one screen than the other screen here. I'll find a new job. And when will I find love, get married? Any messages from my sister, Nicole? So that is from Carmela.
Hi, Carmela. Yeah, you felt really heavy to me the other day. You have to give yourself permission to release the issues and the hurt and the problems from your past. And until you do that, and until you do the work that it takes, I do see that you have probably received some therapy in the past, but it wasn't enough. And you weren't 100% honest with yourself to work through the things that you needed to work through. You can and will have all these things as long as you allow yourself. But this isn't about being told what's specifically laid out for you. This is about what your soul is willing to do to ascend and learn the lessons you need to in order to grow and to have these things so that it doesn't keep following you in the next lifetimes to come. It will get easier, but you have to, your spirit guides are actually saying you need to forgive yourself too. You've done a lot of hurting yourself. This is all about forgiveness and the want and the willingness to move forward at this point for yourself. You need to start accentuating the positive and focusing on the positive and don't look back. Past is in the past. The only thing you can do now is look forward and keep going. Okay. Your grandmother is also with you. She is stepping forward to let you know this grandmother liked to cook, and I feel like she also kept a very neat house. I'm seeing my apron. Apron is a symbol that they show me when they want me to know that they like to cook or know to cook, even if it was one thing that you remember. And she's also telling me you were small. I feel like you were young when she passed, a child. She's going to help you with this. It's all about forgiveness at this point, and you're knowing your own self-worth. Okay, so that's what you need to start to make all these other things happen for you. All right, thanks for your question, sweetie. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Okay, next one from Alexis. First time on this. Would love to know if Dolores Fowler or Dave Kotwas has any message for me. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate us. Share us. Like us. And I'm going to hand things over to Kristie.
Hi, Alexis. Yeah, thank you for joining us. How cool. Somebody's grabbing my arm. Like, almost like, I can't believe it. I'm here. She's actually wanting to talk to me. She's here. I feel like she almost doesn't believe that you want to hear from her. And we're talking about Dolores. That's the name I'm most drawn to. All of a sudden, I can't breathe. And it starts here and it's going all the way up here. And I'm hearing trachea. About my trach. She says to you, you can do better, but you have to push harder. But you can do it. Run with it. Take the ball and run with it is what she's saying to you. I can breathe again. Brian, you pick it up on anything with this one? I'm going to put you right on the spot.
Yeah, you are. No.
Okay.
I'm just watching, taking it in.
He's like, damn it, Kristie. Okay. No, but honey, that's really, I feel like you're in a good place and you're going to be in an even better place. You just have to keep your eye on the prize on this one. Keep moving forward. I'm also hearing teacher. I'm hearing teacher. I feel like you're asking for validation, more validation, that this is coming from her. And I heard teacher. All right. So thank you for your question. Good luck with everything.
Okay. This is from Chelsea. Hey, Kristie, sometimes I get a really uneasy feeling in my home and have woken up late at night, almost scared that someone is watching me. Could it be someone I know? Should I be scared? Remember, my house was one point a funeral home. Also off topic. Will I ever find love? I think that kind of blends together.
I'm picking up on a panic or anxiety attack, Chelsea. I feel like I'm about to have one. Everything just clenched right here. I also keep seeing a big wooden door. I feel like there's something concentrated around this door, an energy that's attached or attracted or concentrated around this door. I feel like it's original with the house. I feel like that's probably where a lot of things happen. I feel like you're very drawn to it. I'm hearing a keeper. I feel like it's a male, and I feel like he was a keeper. And I keep feeling like I'm wondering what you're doing there and who these people are that are here and why are they here. My suggestion to you, from what I'm picking up on, is to have somebody local to you come and really look into your home, and hopefully validate what I'm telling you, or to enough of a degree where they can help you cleanse the house and possibly move on. That spirit that's there. Your spirit guides are telling me that he's a leader. There are more, but he keeps them in line, and not even because they're bad, but I feel like it's because they're rowdy. So I feel like there were a lot of like young adults, teenagers, even some children. I feel like that when it was a funeral home, for some reason, that was the majority of the people that they had there. And so a lot of those spirits are still there. Oh, I'm being told they were trapped. I feel like the basement had something to do with that. All of a sudden, I'm seeing these thick concrete cement walls, or old stone, actually, more like stone. And I feel like they were trapped. So I really suggest, I don't feel like you're in danger. I don't feel like there's something that's going to hurt you. But I do feel like the energy needs to be calmed, and those that are ready need to have, be given the help to move on. And I think that will help you a lot, and it will help them as well. All right. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Look like Brian was doing the Chris thing there.
Oh,
Thinking
that's
up
awesome.
there.
Or the sideways thing.
All right. I thought I clicked on the right button. I clicked on the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Oh, Miss Hofstra, I don't want to butcher your first name. I can't
That's
speak
awesome.
English, and yeah, I can't even talk to myself sometimes. So I don't want to butcher anybody's first names. So I've had spirits at Hinsdale correct me with my grammar. It's a fun thing. One of those, I got to put that EVP up one of these days. It's the best,
Oh,
Brian.
yeah.
We're up at the campfire. I ask if it's tranquil. I get a yes, and then I get a spirit comes back and says, no, it's tranquil.
Because
Had
he fumbled that word totally.
to be my high school English teacher coming back to haunt me. It's the only thing I could think of. She hated my guts.
Share that with me someday.
Yeah. So, hi, Kristie. I'm from the Netherlands. Any messages from my mom? Oh, I'm going to mess that one up too, who passed away in 2015. I am so sorry. I don't want to mess anybody's name up tonight. So I'm going to pass that along.
I want to say Zvanje. Did I kill that name? If I did, I apologize. I figured I should at least give it a shot. So thank you so much for tuning in, because I know it's the middle of the night for you, and we really appreciate it. The first thing I saw was bingo, BINGO. Your mother has a very high energy, full of life. And I feel like she was not that way at all at the end of her life. She lost a lot of her spunk. She lost a lot of her drive. I'm hearing the word vigor. She was sick. She had the life and the energy sucked right out of her. But she says to you, but I'm better now. I'm better now. She definitely had something long term. I do feel like it was cancer. She wants you to be better on top of your health, because I feel like there are things that run in the family, and she wants you to make sure that you are on the up and up and taking care of things. Little Swan. Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. She says she's very proud of you. Oh, talk about butchering a name. Okay. Hafta. She's laughing at me. So hopefully you can make some sense of what I just said, because that's the best I can say it, and it's the best I was hearing it. Yeah. She also seems to be speaking with broken English or an accent of some sort. You go, girl, she says. So proud of you. I feel like you accomplished something recently, or in your life in general, or did something great. And she's so proud of you for that. She says celebration. So, yeah. So I'd love to get the feedback on that word or that name that I just said. So thank you for your question, and thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate all of you for tuning in and for watching our show. Every show. This is wonderful. All right.
For the question about the teacher, little black sports car, you'll know who I'm talking about. Because I know it's got to be somebody I went to school with. The Facebook user, I have an idea who it is. Those folks that are tuning in, we are on 5 different feeds, so you may not be seeing all the questions that are coming in. We got stuff coming in from YouTube, Facebook, Paranormal Warehouse, our Kristie's page, and our Where's My Sage page. So and trying to get that word out, and we really wanted to share Mike and Brian that were with us tonight here. Let's see.
Guys,
So,
I'm gonna hit the hay
all
early
right.
day tomorrow.
Okay.
So thank
Brother.
you so
Thank you
much.
for sticking it out with us. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
No worries.
You're a trooper.
No worries. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
All right,
thank
thanks
you.
for being
We're doing
on.
this trip soon, so thank you,
Yes.
Brian.
Yeah, definitely give me the dates.
Yes.
For
I'll
sure.
email him tonight. All right.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys.
Thanks, Brian. Have a
Bye.
great night.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So again, recap there. We had Brian McCauley and Mike Dolan from the Demon Files. Great bunch of guys. If you get to go on an expedition with them, investigation, just sit down and talk with them. Great bunch of guys.
Funny too. Funny.
Yeah. And let's see. Here's one for you from Millie.
Hi, Millie.
Let's see. Can you tell me if my sister Rita has any messages for me? Thank you, sir. And God bless. Same to you. And
Here comes that whole breathing thing again, but it's up here. So first I saw an apron, and then I said, where'd my question go? It's okay. Excuse me. So first I saw an apron, which we all know, or most of us know by now, is thank you, is my symbol that they show me when they want me to know that they like to cook or were known to cook, even if it was just one thing. But it can also be something you connect with literally, and I think you can on some level with her. I saw a purse or a handbag. Also, when I see that, that's my symbol that they use to tell me that they like to accessorize or they like to look nice, or, they really coordinated their style and things like that. So they're describing their personality. She's showing me a lot of wildflowers. And I'll say too, and this goes for anybody, when your loved ones are using symbols or visions or feelings or anything else to communicate with me, but and they're not talking to me and I don't see them, much like what's going on right now, it also tells me a lot about how they died. And what it means is at the time of their death, they were unable to communicate, whether effectively or at all. Either 2 minutes before they passed or 6 months before they passed. They could have even been unconscious completely or in a coma or something like that. So the wildflowers, those actually symbolize really happy times, fun times, happy times, better times ahead for you socially. And she's dancing all of a sudden. She's just dancing in place. She started doing like this, this swing dance out of nowhere. She's also telling me that you shop too much. I'm seeing my symbol for somebody who shops too much. That's like a big tall shoe rack full of shoes, and that tells me you're shopping too much and spending too much money. So, all right. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything. I love those ones. Unmute. There you go.
Sorry.
Attaboy.
Sitting out here underneath the lights, and I've been in frozen tundra. I'm not used to bugs again, but
yeah, warm weather. We got you. Move along.
So, somebody should use bug spray before he came out here. Hi, Kristie. Today it was a very trying day for me. Can you tell me if there are any messages for me? This is from Peggy Leone.
Hi, Peggy. I'm picking up on work with you. You need to stop being so argumentative or arguing or getting into disputes and feuds with people, even if they're just disagreements. These are just the words I'm using to describe. I'm being told it's kind of becoming like a hostile work environment. Leave it alone. Your spirit guides are saying leave it alone. A lot of emotion with you, though, too. You're letting your emotions get in the way. You need to think more business-minded. Stick to just solving the problem is what you're being told. Try to leave the emotions out of it, and that will help you. Okay. Yep, that's it. All right. Thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck.
Get me unmuted here. Kristie, any messages from my grandpa Ernie or grandma Gloria?
I feel like they were married. Hi, Tanya. So I'm seeing the old style A-frame swing sets, and you're swinging on it as a child. And usually when grandparents show me that vision, that's their way of letting me know that they did that kind of thing with you, even if it wasn't literally on a swing set. It could have just been that they got outside or played with you or spent time with you. Somebody had lung cancer, COPD, pneumonia, something like that. Excuse me. But something about the stomach too with one of them. I feel like it's your grandpa. I'm also hearing sister, your little sister. When they say something like that to me, they want to talk about somebody who's alive or present now. I'm also hearing mother. I feel like they were your mother's parents, your maternal grandparents. Turn it around. I also feel like the three of you need to talk more. You need to start talking. You, your mom, and your sister. Okay? So, every time I go to take a breath in, somebody doesn't want me to breathe tonight. I feel like I'm gasping for air. Somebody is suffocating. Whatever this issue is that you guys have going on, you need to figure it out, whether it's amongst yourselves. I kind of think it is, but I don't think that's the core or the root of the problem. I think it is an outside source of some sort. You guys need to bury the hatchet is what I'm being shown, and you need to seriously just figure this out and get it taken care of and let it go. They're also saying let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, it will do no good for anybody to stir anything else up. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your question, honey. Have a good night. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm fighting this cold thing that's going around and sucking on as many cough drops as I can to keep the tickle at bay that's in my throat.
So I just had it. So here's some follow-up for you from Peggy. Yes, it was a court today for a murder case, and then she says thank you. Let's see. This is from Janice. Thank you for sharing again, folks. Just a little thing. If we hit another record or another milestone, like if we had 100 viewers on YouTube, even though I'm down hiding somewhere, we will do another reading show only. So,
Yes, we
Sharon,
will.
sorry
Don't
to hear
worry,
about
we
your
have more
dog.
coming up.
Sorry.
Oh, Sharon, I'm sorry
I'm
for your
sorry.
dog. Poor thing. Ooh.
Okay, and then we're gonna come back down here.
I just got very lightheaded, like I was gonna pass out, and my left arm feels like it's dead. Like I have no control over it. Like it's dead weight. I feel like I'm being choked or suffocated.
Do you remember what the name was? If not, she'll try to come back. It's gonna be it's gonna be about 9:30 that popped up. And I probably should have written it down, and that's my bad for not doing that.
Did I write it down? No, I didn't. I'm sorry, honey. I really don't. I want to say it was
like
yeah, similar to your last name, but it wasn't your last name.
Yeah.
Not that I could tell anyway. I didn't think it was. But yeah, it will be something that you can look back on the video later.
Yeah,
not long after we go off air.
Yep. Let's see. Tanya has Tanya's background. They were mom's parents, and my grandma had COP. My mom passed from lung cancer. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Thank you for the validation, though. Know that they're all with you.
Sharon, good luck with the puppy there.
I felt like I was being strangled.
Yeah.
And I felt like the lightheadedness was from passing out because somebody was strangling me to death, and I was losing control of that side, my left side. So if anybody can validate that, please do. Or it's going to be a long night for me.
Okay, it's from Penny. Kristie, you told me that I was going to meet someone. Could you please give me a name of this person, because I'm very careful who I talk to, and that's from...
Hi, Penny. Your spirit guide said no. You need to start learning how to take a leap of faith. It's one thing to be cautious, but I feel like you're starting to become introverted in a very unhealthy way, and your spirit guides said no. It's time for you to put yourself out there and actually... You okay there, Mike? Okay. But it is... you have to... Okay. Anywho, this is all about faith and trust with you. Okay. You usually go on vacation to get some R&R so you don't act like you're crazy. Just saying.
Yeah. Sorry.
You went around the table.
My whole hand just got bit up.
Oh.
So I had to grab the computer and move away from the light a little bit. I forgot,
That's hard going on vacation.
Yeah, at least it's not another spider,
Ooh.
So
yeah. Anyhow, but no, you have to stop worrying so much. If you practice good judgment, Penny, and you follow your gut, you're going to be okay. They're not giving me a name. He didn't even finish asking the question when your spirit guides jumped forward and said, no, they're not going to give you a name. So, yeah. So they keep saying trust. You just need to trust. And they're talking about yourself and your own instincts. You are just so cautious and want everything spelled out for you the best that you can. And yes, we live in a very wonderful yet scary world. And, you're right. We as women especially cannot be too careful on some levels, but on other levels, we do still need to trust our gut. And there's a bigger force working in our favor. So you need to go with that. Okay. So best of luck. I see that you're going to be happy. So allow yourself that opportunity. Okay. Have a good night.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I apologize about that. I got bit pretty good there on that one. From
So
Melissa.
sorry.
And Wendy, I'm trying to find your question again. This is from Melissa. Hey, Kristie, I've been feeling like spirits are around me, trying to tell me something. I have lots of tension from this. Is there something I should know?
Hi, Melissa. I'm seeing a monarch butterfly with you. Your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. You need to move on. You need to move forward. You need to make some hard decisions, and you need to do that now because you wasted a lot of time procrastinating. And there needs to be a means to an end is what they're telling me. And until you do that, things are not going to get easier or better. They're just going to get harder. So you need to buck up. They're saying buck up, strap on the saddle and go. I see there's a work situation. I'm being put in the workplace. So I feel like they're talking about work, but then I see your home and I feel like it's all intertwined, interconnected. It's one big thing. One thing affects the other, affects the other, affects the other. I'm also seeing your son. I feel like you've been stressed out, temperamental, moody, probably even angry, unpleasant to be around, and it's starting to affect him. So whatever you're not dealing with is affecting more in your life and more people in your life than you realize. So you need to grab on and take control. Take back control. Okay. So good luck with that, sweetie. Thank you for your question. Oh, and just so you know, butterflies are usually a symbol, and they can symbolize a lot of things. But for me, hope, faith, peace, reassurance. Okay. So thank you, honey.
Technology is not my friend today. Okay. From Wendy. Hi, Kristie London. Any messages from my dad for Audrey or I?
Hello, Miss Wendy. Yeah, you need to stop doing things you're not supposed to be doing right now, chick. You were in my head today, so I'm wondering if that's why. So I feel like you're either bending or you've lifted or you picked something up that you shouldn't have. You're also being told from your spirit guides you need to ask for more help. Stop being stubborn. Let your body heal. Haha is right. I see that comment. Yeah, that's it. Chick, you need to give yourself time to heal and get better. And do it now. Because I feel like if you do whatever it is you're doing and you do it again, you're going to hurt yourself and it's going to cause some damage. So let's not do that. Okay. For sure. And I know that it sounds you're probably doing something you shouldn't be doing it, but it's probably not the worst you could be doing. It's probably in your head something small that's not good enough. You're going to rip or tear something. That's what I feel. So you need to just sit your behind in bed and enjoy the time and get better. Okay. Don't make me come out there. Okay. Thanks for your question, honey. Michael.
I know. It's probably good I was muted. I had some cranes screaming behind me here.
Some what?
Sandhill cranes walking the beach screaming behind me here.
Walking the beach. Walking
Yeah.
the beach. Moving on.
So, Kimberly's got a question. Her boyfriend's son is
Kimberly.
expecting, her son's girlfriend is expecting a baby in April. Paternity is in question. It's a test that he needs, or
The
is he
answer is
good
no.
to go?
The answer is no. Your spirit guides are saying he needs to have a test done. That's not necessarily because paternity needs to be questioned. It's because it needs to set other things in motion, other events in motion. They're saying he's not the only one. So there's a few things going on that need to be handled, and she needs to be confronted. I do feel like he's being taken advantage of. I do feel like he did something stupid, and he just needs to, not stupid in a bad way, so please don't anybody send me any nasty messages. Stupid just meaning he didn't use his head. He will take responsibility for it. They know that. But believe it or not, you do need to find out whether or not he definitely is the father. However, that is not actually the biggest reason for having this test done. So it needs to be done for other reasons that we are not yet privy to, but it's going to set a specific event or series of events in motion that are going to be very important to him later on down the road. Okay, so that's the best answer they're giving you on that one. All right, so I also feel like I know what the sex of the baby is. Okay, I wrote it down. All right. Thank you for your question. Good luck with everything on that.
Okay. This is one. Oh, I'm butchering names today. Shireen. And I apologize. I'm horrible. If I didn't only have 4 letters in the first name and 4 letters in the last name, I'd probably mess mine up all the time. I still mess it up. What am I talking about? Hi, Kristie and Mike. I have a question. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a dream about my dad, and he's been gone for 8 years now. He asked me if I... Okay. Let me try reading over the other screen here. He has been gone for 8 years now. He asked me if he could move in, and I told him yes, and then I woke up.
Okay. Hi, Shireen. That's a cool name, by the way. So the first thing I got when I started to write your name down is I wrote the letter L instead of S. So when things like that happen, it's not by accident. That's for a reason. So in some way, I feel like you should be able to connect with the letter L. I do feel like it's probably somebody's name or has to do with somebody's name. Whenever somebody who's passed away comes to you in a dream, it is actually a visit. It's not a dream. It's not your subconscious taking over when you're in a dream state or sleep state. It is actually that spirit coming to visit you. So okay, so a couple of things. I feel like I'm being threatened right now. And well, number one, I need like not to do anything about that. But 2, I feel as if you need to think long and hard about the feeling you got when you were interacting with your dad. Was it a good feeling and a light feeling? Was it a happy, airy feeling, or was it a heavier feeling? Almost like you question whether or not it was him. 2, you're very open and you're very gifted, and you're at a point where right now you really should be doing something about your gifts, because you're a sitting duck. Otherwise, you're very vulnerable. I actually feel like either the person that was in your dream was not actually your father, or you have an earthbound somebody who's hanging around causing trouble for you. I actually feel like I'm being pressured into something that I'm not ready or willing to do. Almost bullied in a way, in a very subtle kind of a way. Almost like it's just the pressure's gonna be put on me ever so slightly. And I'm gonna feel threatened. I'm gonna feel like there may harm may come to me. I'm gonna feel like I may lose something. I may feel like I'll be exposed with something unless I do what someone or something wants me to do. So if you can give me any kind of validation on that, I'd appreciate it. Excuse me, guys. I don't like the feeling with this dream at all, to be very honest with you. So if you can give me feedback, or even if you want to give me a call tomorrow, and we can talk a little bit more about it. I feel like there's something else going on, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for right now. All right. So you can give me a call tomorrow or send me a message, and I will get back to you tomorrow on that. And I'll do the best I can to help you figure this one out. Okay. So thank you for your question, and thanks for validating that we said your name right. Have a good night, sweetie.
We're almost at 10, so we'll do one more.
Okay.
And I just get back up to where I left off. I'm happy I'm starting to write the times down. I can find them a lot faster now. This is from Donna Abbott.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, my husband, Gil, passed away, and does he have anything to say? I just not dreaming about him.
I feel really tired. I feel like there's something up around my neck like this. And normally that means someone was strangled or they hung themselves. Or there was some sort of an issue or restriction. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. And when I say that, it goes away. So there's got to be something to that. Seeing a boat dock, water.
Donna, if you have any validation to what Kristie's saying, if you could just type it in and I'll post it up there.
Sorry, that was really loud.
Sorry.
So now I'm seeing your house. I'm in your house. I feel very proud of this house. Sell it. Sell it. Let go. Your spirit guides are saying to start fresh. Please don't feel guilty. It's okay. Don't worry if you're not dreaming about him. I feel like you need to be reassured that that's not the be all and end all. And you know, people, your loved ones will come and do different things in different ways. And sometimes it's to help you pay attention. And as I was saying that, I paused because I'm in your kitchen. And I feel like something happens in your kitchen, or he's trying to connect with you in the kitchen. Your kitchen cabinets look like a really dark wood color. And I feel like the counters and I feel like there's a square or a 3/4 of a square shape where you do most of the cooking, or the counters are. I'm seeing this one row of cupboards, and I feel like there's something about that row of cupboards. Yeah, if I'm standing and I got the two, like the counters and then the back wall. Yeah. And I keep hearing, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. It's almost like he needs you and wants you to find him. He needs you to pay attention. Oh, excellent. Thank you. He also needs you to know that he's okay. He is at peace. He says, I miss you dearly. He was a handsome man. Now he just smiled at me, and there's something about his teeth. It looks like he has a diastema. Sorry, dental terminology. It looks like there's a space or a gap in his teeth. I saw a mustache. I didn't see a mustache. I also feel like he would have one on occasion, or he did, and then he didn't. He taught you how to cook. That's awesome. So yeah, please know that he really is around you, and he really knows. They just do things in different ways. They know what you need and how you need it. So thank you so much for your question. Best of luck with everything on that. All right.
Okay. We're 10.
Okay.
It's been a fast show tonight.
Yeah, it has. Wow.
Uh,
Who knew 2 hours could fly so quickly?
we thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Brian and Mike for joining us. We'll definitely have them back on. We will be out on some adventures with them because I enjoy investigating with them.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
They are honest. They know their stuff, and you know, I've been there when it's happened. It's not a it's gonna be all
yeah.
What am I looking
They're
for?
Real.
Smoke
They're
and
real,
mirrors
you
to get everybody in the investigation. I mean, I'm standing right next to them using my equipment, and I'm the debunk guy. I want to make sure that I've got thermal cams on people and other technology to kind of.
You guys are all alike, so this is going to be an interesting experience for me. So I can't wait.
So
that's going to be awesome. Well, we had such a great group tonight. Thank you so much,
Thank
you guys. Yeah, we really appreciate all of you being here and supporting us and following us. Please continue to share. Please continue to have your friends like our pages and our social media and join our group. We really look forward to doing this with all of you. Next show is March 17th.
Seth Breedlove from Small Town Monsters. Yes. Who's a really cool guy. I've been to quite a few events with him. This weekend, Kristie and I, if we are able to, depending where we are with our events, we're doing our specialties. She's doing her paranormal, and I will be trying to do my cryptid thing as long as I can get a single or somewhere else during the week. So I am in the state of Florida. So it is skunk ache time, not the northern Bigfoot I'm used to. And
I'm in Florida.
I have a special if we do go live, I do have a special guest that I will be with. So
that's awesome.
We're hoping.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know if I'll be around to see it because I'll be doing my own thing about 6 hours from here.
Well,
so
like we say, you can find us on, and not to plug us too much, but you can find us on YouTube. Where's My Sage? You can find us on Paranormal Warehouse on Facebook and their page. You can find us on Where's My Sage, our public page. We also have our group page for those people that, kind of like our Instagram and our YouTube. And like I said, we get those numbers up. We'll be doing another live show. Those groups get to see some extra footage, our B-roll and We got some great B-roll from the last time. You know,
Yeah, we did.
firsthand watching me go off and, you know, jump out of my seat or trip and fall. That kind of stuff you want to see.
Priceless.
You know, our investigations, that's on our group. But we ask if, you know, we want to get the word out because we will be doing some really interesting things coming up. Paranormal Warehouse, I'm going to kind of bop you guys out because it's 10 and I don't want you to go, but just to keep the time constraints in. So good night to Paranormal Warehouse.
Thank you, Paranormal Warehouse. PW peeps. Thank you so much.
The rest of us, if you're still on Facebook, pop over to our public page, Where's My Sage? Or YouTube.
You can find us there. Yes, Tanya, you're right. I shouldn't be too jealous because I don't want to be eaten alive. Tanya says, don't be too jealous. He's getting eaten to pieces out there.
Yep.
Yep, that's true. So what? He's still in nice weather in sunny Florida.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, all. I'm not bragging. Trust me. This is research this week. We've been trying to do this for a while, so trying to bring things. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, guys. We love you guys.
So good night from Where's My Sage?
Yeah.
Be safe. Sample on. And where's our rollout?